Welcome back. The news in full. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli made an inspection tour of several service and development projects in Asyut Governorate on Thursday. Madbouli visited the Manfalut Central Hospital Development Project and the St. Mary School, as well as the Asyut Secondary Ornamental School. He also inspected the project of Asyut Dairut Agricultural Road, which is part of the Decent Life Presidential Initiative. Meanwhile, the Premier inaugurated the project of Minqabad Upper Bridge in the northern entrance of Asyut City. In remarks during the tour, Madbouli highlighted that Upper Egypt governorates received significant attention from President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi based on his vision that Upper Egypt and its youth are at the forefront of the national agenda at this stage. In this context, the Prime Minister reiterated that the state is keen on implementing numerous development and service projects that provide sufficient job opportunities for youth in Upper Egypt. Madbouli stressed his commitment to continue inspection tours for various service and development projects, including health, education, utilities, sanitation, among others. The Prime Minister further emphasized that Asyut Governorate is a top priority on the state's development agenda, as it possesses promising potentials in various domains, including agriculture, industry, urban development, livestock and infrastructure. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Immigration and Expatriates Badr Abdel Ati heads to Turkey on Thursday to attend the activities of the 4th Antalya Diplomatic Forum, which is slated to begin on Friday. The top diplomat is scheduled to participate in a number of the forum's sessions. On the sidelines of the three-day forum, Minister Abdel Ati is expected to hold a number of bilateral talks and will attend a meeting of the Arab Islamic Group over Gaza. And before departing Cairo, Minister Abdel Ati received his Hungarian counterpart, Peter Szijjártó, in Cairo on Thursday. The two ministers discussed the rapid developments of bilateral relations and welcomed the convening of the 5th session of the Joint Egyptian-Hungarian Economic Committee from April 8th to the 10th. They also welcomed the Joint Egyptian-Hungarian Business Forum, which witnessed the participation of the Ministers of Trade and International Cooperation, alongside a Hungarian business delegation representing 21 companies and 95 Egyptian firms. The two top diplomats stressed the significance of boosting trade between their two nations, commending the progress in bilateral cooperation projects and industrial economic collaboration. They also expressed their aspiration for Hungarian companies, including those in the renewable energy and green hydrogen sectors, to invest in the Suez Canal economic zone, as well as joint efforts to enhance cooperation in tourism and aviation. Additionally, the two ministers exchanged views on several regional issues, most notably the situation in Gaza and the escalating tension in the West Bank. Minister Abdel Ati outlined the Arab Islamic plan for early recovery and reconstruction of Gaza, while ensuring Palestinians remain on their land. He addressed efforts to solidify a ceasefire agreement in Gaza and initiate the second phase of its implementation, stressing Egypt's complete rejection of Israel's brutal aggression on Gaza, the obstruction of humanitarian and relief aid, and any forced displacement. Egyptian-Hungarian talks also touched on the latest developments in Syria and Lebanon, as well as maritime security in the Red Sea region. And in a phone call with his Iranian counterpart, Abbas Araghchi, Foreign Minister Abdel Ati urged self-restraint. The two top diplomats reviewed Egypt's efforts to return to the second phase of the ceasefire deal in Gaza in order to contain the current escalation. Minister Abdel Ati called on Tehran to avoid any unilateral action which may increase tension in the region. The Rafah crossing is still open from the Egyptian side for the 24th day running, waiting for the arrival of injured Palestinians and patients and their companions to receive treatment. An official source at the Rafah terminal made the announcement on Thursday as Israel continued to close the crossing from the Palestinian side. The source added that the medical teams and ambulances are ready for the arrival of the injured and patients and their escorts. The Central Bank of Egypt said that the core inflation in the country fell to 9.4% year-on-year in March from 10% in February.
The Central Bank of Egypt showed that the core consumer price index inflation hit 9.4% in March 2025 compared to 10% in February. The monthly core CPI inflation registered 0.9% last March, lower than 1.4% during the same month of 2024 and 1.6% in February 2025. The monthly urban headline CPI inflation registered 0.9% last month compared with 1% in February 2024 and 1.4% in February 2025. The CBE data highlighted that as for the annual urban headline CPI inflation, it recorded 13.6% in March 2025 versus 12.8% last February. In the meantime, the Central Agency for Public Mobilization and Statistics data revealed that Egypt's annual deadline inflation recorded 13.1% in March 2025 compared to 12.5% in February.
Egypt's stock market indices collectively soared on Thursday, bolstered by purchasing operations by Arab and foreign investors. The main EGX 30 index soared 2.43%. The small and medium EGX 70 index added 2.7%, while the more expanded EGX 100 index gained 2.57%. Overall transactions and dealings within the session reached 100 billion Egyptian pounds.